All right, fellas, you know what time it is. It's weekly recap time. Week 11, here we go. Started with our matchup of the week. We did have yours truly, Nate Dogg, against back at it again, Feebs. Feebs' team has been up and coming. He does take the 6-5 victory. He does so by putting up some pretty impressive power numbers. Well, at least home runs wise. I actually beat him in ops by .2. I did sandbag him on the last day. I had two players playing in the 5 o'clock game, and I was winning an average. So I benched him. Not fucking around there. Aaron won in runs, home runs and RBIs. I won an average in ops. He had 9 saves. No surprises there. I did dominate him pretty good with a 2.45 ERA and a 3.33 K to walk. And we tied and win 6-5 victory. I'm actually pleased with the result because my team hasn't been playing well, and I've been escaping with some just very narrow losses lately. So I was actually pretty happy. Next, we'll go Papa Giants and Alonji U. Alonji U getting a punch in the mouth this week is actually what happened. He had a 301 average, but 4 home runs. 4. 1 stolen base. I don't think he's really been stealing too many bases all year. Gordy's team decided to go off. He's had the power numbers all year with the 15 bombs, the 34 RBIs, but the 905 ops, that's pretty impressive. And then Gordy's pitching, who's been letting him down all year. I mean, we've seen 5 ERAs all year. He had 4 wins. They tied in saves, and Gordy took ERA, whip, and K to walk. Maddie's team, not a bad ERA. Not a terrible whip either, but the K to walk is a 1.62. Interesting there. Gordy's made some good pickups. I mean, he's stuck with Matt Carpenter on St. Louis, and he delivered with 3 home runs. Carlos Correa been going off lately. And David Peralta, a perennial waiver wire guy. Gordy's having him in his lineup all year, and it's starting to pay dividends. 3 bombs and 6 RBIs for him this week. Matty, not really huge offensive weeks from anyone. He had a nice week from Segura with a high average and 4 RBIs there. Pitching, Gordy's team, this is kind of always the question mark with him. He's got a lot of relievers that strike out a lot of guys. DeGrom, he's got one of the best pitchers in the league there. Lester having a great year, but his other pitchers were able to step up for him this year. So good win for Gordy. Gets him back into the conversation. Next we'll go drippity and droppity against Newbie. Jared's team, another team on the rise, and it continued this week against Trevor, a 7-3 victory. Trevor falls to 8th place, Jared up to 4th. I'll have to bite my tongue on what I said last week, that no one would beat Trevor in Ks. Jared took that personally, and he stuffed his staff with 8 starters, so he got 100 Ks for Jared, taking down Trevor there in 89. So Trevor, going back to the whole closer thing, you actually went into that week down 0-2, because Jared ended up beating you in strikeouts, a category that you think would be a slam dunk for you every week. So again, get a closer or 2. Not too many left on the wire, though, so you might have to do it by trade. Jared, huge offensive week, 13 bombs, 42 RBIs, 325 average, a 1.018 ops. Very impressive. Scary if you're facing anyone else. Trevor actually had a decent offensive week with 11 bombs and 34 RBIs, but ran into Jared, who his team is really starting to come together. Not a whole lot of stolen bases for Jared, though. See if that's an issue going forward. And as far as pitching, Trevor actually took ERA and whip. Again, if you throw that many innings, that many guys, that's where you're going to see suffering, is ERA, whip, and K to walk. So we'll see. It's an interesting strategy. We'll see how it pays off for you going forward. Next, we're going to go with warning track power against Wildcard. Early in the week, Wildcard actually put quite the scare on Scotty, but Scotty's team did not panic, did not falter, and ends up taking a 7-4 victory to actually overtake first place. We have a new division leader alert, and it's warning track power leading in the Bloods. Scotty takes it 7-4. Pretty close, actually. Kind of in some categories. Offensively, it was kind of close. Pitching, Scotty's team actually a 5.71 ERA. That's kind of a shocker for him with his staff and how solid and deep his pitching staff is. But a 5.71 ERA, he still did manage to win whip, And then K to walk was taken by Justin. Justin also took K's in total. 1 win this week for Justin. That's tough. He doesn't have a lot of starters that are going deep into games, giving his team a chance to win. Scotty with 4 wins, 4 stolen bases, narrowly winning that category. 28 RBIs, winning that category by 2. And Justin did have 11 home runs. Justin does have some bright spots on his roster, but he just doesn't really have the full, the whole package of being able to compete week to week. And it's kind of reflective in his record, 48 and 81. But he's working the wire. Props there. Next, Skinny Cracker against A.E. Papa. A much-needed victory for Skinny Cracker. Alex, what we're looking for, Alex, is consistency. What we're seeing a lot of peaks and probably even more valleys. But it's been a bumpy road for you all year, Alex, in your first year in the league. You're not necessarily out of the equation yet, but we're looking for some more consistency. Pretty weak offensively from both teams. Ryan won with only 25 runs scored, 8 home runs, not bad, 32 RBIs, not bad, 4 stolen bases, decent, but a 261 average and a 748 ops is probably not going to get you a victory every week, but it gets you one this week, and that's all that matters. Now, Alex on the pitching end, not bad. 3.49 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, 3.23 K to walk. Again, we're flirting with the innings limit. 38 innings pitched, but if you pick your right spots, you can have some guys with some low ERAs. Nice week. Goldschmidt is back, people. Goldschmidt is back for Clough. That first-round draft pick is starting to pay dividends. And guys like that always perform the way they're going to perform, so now his numbers are starting to come in bunches, so scary. That's the kind of guy that can carry a whole team for a week or so. Let's see, on this weekly edition on what day did Scotty use his 4 picks by? I believe it was Tuesday for anyone who is keeping track. Now for this week, the matchup of the week is going to be, I'm going to take myself, but hey, we'll do co-matchups of the week. It's going to be me versus Jared and then Maddie versus Aaron. 2 teams on the rise against 2 teams that have kind of been at the top of their divisions all year. So we'll see. The love list, got to be Jared, got to be Aaron. Actually, the hate list right now is going to be Big A, sorry to do it, and Trev. Good luck this week, fellas.